will we ever make any money from doing this?
Yeah, Phil.
Right, just take a run up, we'll be fine.
Mate,
don't get my boots dirty, come on.
That's well bigger than 600.
Come on,
That's well wide. You reckon I can do it?
Go on, yeah, go. Oh! So welcome back to Every Trade Behind the Build. God knows what number episode this is. I've stopped counting, I've lost count. However, I know we're near episode number 100.
That's all right.
By the way, we are in a muddy mess here. We're on Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗓. We're waiting for the boys to arrive, but me and TB just came over to have a little look and see what's what. It was literally just chucking it down, but it stopped, and now it's sunny, which is weird. Manchester's off its nut, innit, the weather. Yeah, so TB, talk us through what's happening, brother.
Okay, so as you can see, it's all shuttered up. We've basically, this is where we're going to be pouring the concrete for the retaining wall on this side. Yeah, all shuttered up. We've got a manhole cover and everything that's going to be in this side. We've got the down stand and everything for lateral movement. And then basically James and the Jamescapes boys, they've been putting in all the ducts in for, like down there, there's ducts in for electric and fresh water.
We have stitched Jamescape up this week, James, just because I think he's angry because I give him grief for being rejected from Love Island, which is a true story, by the way. However, he's on this job, which is a mare, even though it's fun, and he's on another job, which I'll talk about later, which is also a mare. So yeah, it's we're keeping him busy anyway.
Yeah, and the drainage plan is like pretty intense. He was talking me through his plan because we've got to get a attenuation tank in here and everything like that. So he's just been sort of getting his head around where all the drainage runs are going to go. But it's all looking pretty good. So we've got the deepest part of the foundation there, steps up at the back behind you. Yeah. And then we're going to go deep again down that retaining wall side, the opposite side.
So we've got retaining walls on both sides, yeah? Yeah. And coming back there and picking up that there, I mean, that needs to be retained. Yeah. And apparently we need to do some underpinning, don't we?
Yes.
Is that there?
Yeah, so that's over there.
I thought as much.
We're basically going to underpin the corner of that with a dry mix of concrete.
A lean mix.
Yeah, a lean mix.
A lean mix.
I do like a lean mix, yeah. Yeah, we're going to be putting that in. So the good boys at Rhino, they've just given us a price for that, which we've got to go through with you. Yeah. But yeah, we're just going to shore all that up before we start doing the dig out over that side, because we're going to be exposed.
This is the worst part of the job, definitely. But I actually like this bit because it feels like proper construction, doesn't it? When we're like putting skirting boards on and making understair storage cupboards, it's crazy that sometimes we do big stuff like this. I think we've had like 130 tons of muck come out of this, which we've done ourselves with our own grabs, as you know. But yeah, let's have a little look round and see what we're dealing with. Well, not us, but the boys at Jamescape. Come on, watch this.
Oh, athletic. Wait.
Oi. So you can see over here, I told you we found out there's an actual running spring, which I want to bottle and sell every water. However, it needs to be dealt with. So it's not a surprise. Anyone knows anything about construction can see that we need to do something about that corner. I think, is that a raft foundation over there? So that's a full raft foundation, which those that don't know is essentially where they build on a big concrete pad, which I like it. It's a good way to do it. It's going nowhere. However, I think that water running down has undermined that foundation and washed away quite a lot of the muck, so we just cannot leave it like that. Even though that isn't our issue, we've got to sort it for two reasons. A, it's the right thing to do. There's party wall issues legally and things like that, but also we don't want this coming in on our new beautiful building. So yeah, we're gonna have to do something with that. So we've got a design for that now, have we?
Yeah.
Come on, how's that gonna work?
We're basically gonna shutter it, like straight away.
Yeah.
Get basically a pour of concrete in that,
Yeah.
and then you put the dry mix in to a certain level, and then you put some additional, I think it was like timbers in, like just to fix it.
Sometimes what they do as well, they put sacrificial props in as well, so they'll prop it and then leave them and then concrete them in.
Yeah, we've got them. They're actually here as well.
Oh, are they?
We are going to do that.
So I was right. I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's proper coming together. I can't wait though until we've got a nice concrete strip foundation poured, and then we can start putting block and brick in, and then you'll really see it take shape, and we'll get Adam and Eve and Mike over and they will throw this up. I hope you can sort of see what we're trying to do, and I hope it's coming across on camera. It's a great little site, this. It's, as I say, it really blows my mind that sometimes there's, we do like small jobs, like little, like, I don't know, we like put a TV aerial up or something, and then we're building buildings like this, but it's all the same, it's all logic at the end of the day. Logic and a little bit of experience. So T-Burn and I are going to head back to HQ, but speaking of Adam, Eve and Mike, they're over on Project Wilmslow. They're wrapping up now, not long to go, about a week left. Let's have a look and see how those boys are getting on. Back at HQ now, out of that mud. I have no idea how people work in that slop. Could you work outside in the mud all the time?
No.
We
so
are
don't
proper.
try and stitch me up.
Yeah. Well, there was one time though. Do you remember that time we had to paint a door quickly?
Yeah.
We had to get it primed, and I remember coming back to HQ, and he came out with his socks on, covered in paint. And why did we have no
It
shoes?
looked good though, didn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you remember the outcome?
No, what happened?
It was appalling.
Was it?
There was just paint everywhere downstairs. I had to jet wash it.
Oh man, we have got so many
Keep me off
stories.
the
That
tools.
but those are the early days. I kind of miss those days. Like, do you remember? Like,
yeah, they were good, weren't they? Smaller problems, wasn't it?
yeah, but
Smaller
to us
problems.
they were like huge problems, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember, in the early days when it was just literally me and KTM. I feel like I reminisce with you every time now. But we're going back now. When did you start? It was 2013.
15 years, I think.
No,
Isn't it? 12 years.
It was 2000.
Feels like longer.
2014. It was just me and him
Yeah.
in the office, and like we literally had me and you, but then like two tradesmen. So it's
You
funny
ended
how
up
it
doing
started.
so many little jobs, didn't you? You used to go out and bail them out sometimes.
Well, do you not remember a time when I thought it was a good idea to buy a drain jetter? And I said to Kate, I can't know if I've told this story before on the blog. And I said to KTM, right, I've decided, because cash flow wasn't great, I'm going to go out on this drain jetter. And I basically watched every single video, asked loads of advice, taught myself how to unblock drains, and use the jetter and everything. And we also had a gutter cleaner.
That was the best.
Massive gutter
The
cleaner.
gutter
We
cleaner
had,
was
like
classic.
Skyvac.
Yeah.
And I used to go around just unblocking drains. I did it for about a week. I made absolute wedge.
We did, and then the gutter cleaner was going well, wasn't it? And then it just...
Oh no, yeah, we had a labourer we brought in, and we gave him a job. He was a lovely guy, actually, not with us anymore. And we kind of inherited him. And we used to send him out on there doing gutter cleaning, and it was the big vac thing. So it would extend to like 10, 12 metres. We had the longest reach, and he was doing a big office block in town. and he was holding it, and it went, did it? And he just went, psh, and I think he smashed it over a Range Rover.
He's the same tradesman that rung me from his van after a job saying, Kieran, they were loving it, they gave me a round of applause as I left. And I thought, that sounds a bit weird. Then they rung me, and it's because he pulled the whole light fitting off the ceiling.
Well, he wasn't even meant to do that, was he?
He wasn't meant to be doing it, yeah.
He was there doing something else, a bit of handyman work, and they said, whilst you're here, can you change this light fitting? And he pulled the whole ceiling down. So that's the same tradesman. On his very first day, I sent him with an iPad to go and measure up a job for doing painting, to measure the rooms, and it took him about 7 hours. But then the customer emailed me and complained, saying, lovely chat, but it took him 7 hours or whatever to measure our house, and he fell down the stairs, took a husband with him. He was quite a large bloke as well, and smashed the iPad. I remember him. We're good at recruiting, aren't we?
Great.
Are you ready to be pretty busy?
Very ready. This is the busy time now. It's about to kick off in the next few weeks.
Well, we've had a couple of very promising calls this week. A couple of instructions.
Yeah.
One, if it comes off, which hopefully it will keep us very busy, and pretty much all the team busy throughout the summer. Mm-hmm. Obviously not going to say anything yet because these things can change quite quickly, but the early signs are good. Danny has worked very hard on trying to get this one over the line, so
let's get him to
you
make
have to
his
get ready
debut.
to work some miracles, juggle manpower.
What are you doing then?
Yeah.
Nice one.
So, with the main man, 𝗕𝗏𝗟𝗏, a couple of you might remember, although you probably won't, a few months ago we gave 𝗕𝗏𝗟𝗏 a little project to look after. I think it was a kitchen knock-through installation, can't really remember. It went that well, I didn't hear anything about it, but we forgot. We shot quite a bit of footage, and it's now finished. Been finished for a while, to be fair. So we're going to send Hollywood to have a look. We're also going to get the footage from 𝗕𝗏𝗟𝗏's visit, and let's see how he did managing his first project end to end.
Must have gone all right because you gave me the big one over there. So
The big what?
the big one. Remember you gave me the big one over there?
Oh, I don't know what you meant there. Yeah.
Good morning. So just got here to site. I've been doing some co-project management with KTM, but Chris and KTM have given me the reins on a little internal knock-through. So I'm just coming here first day to have a look at what we're going to be doing and meet Adam and Steve on site to talk through the proposal. So let's go. Here on site, TDG have already done this very nice fence as a bit of work for this client, and we've got another one which is an internal knock-through done by yours truly. Yeah, so we've got Adam and Steve here who have already started the work, taking the wall down, and we've got some internals going on here where this door is here. We're just going to move over to the right hand side and have a pocket door coming in to this already opening. There we go, here's the boys working on it. So they're all sheeting up, making sure everything's nice and clean. We'll come out the back. Yep, so we're putting some bigger bifold doors on the back. You can see on the left hand side there how big the opening is going to be. So we've got the steel there, all on site ready. And what do you reckon today, boys? The steel should be in?
Yeah, today, and all patched up as well.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, so the client just wanted to change up the kitchen a little bit more light into that back room, and I think it's going to look good when it's done. We'll keep you updated. 𝗕𝗏𝗟𝗏 out. And this is day number 3. We got that stunning fence again, as I say, from every trade. We've got a little bit more to be done by every trade. We're going to get one of the landscapers in to build a little bin store here for this client as well, to keep it all going with like the ease edge around, have like a sort of lid on top and everything. So build all that out, and like down the side there we're going to be putting some nice porcelain flags so it's all nice and accessible. But we've got all the fencing and lights done by TDG. Let's go inside. TDG every trade, of course. So Adam and Steve already here, opening, looking pretty glorious. Takes up most of the camera, might have to zoom out a little bit, there we go. So Got the client's kitchen there, which is going to be a new kitchen, and a pretty big opening on the back because, as I said, the client has got a pretty nice garden. Backs onto a park. There it is there. Looking glorious. So boys, day 3 update. What's the crack for today? Finish up?
Yeah, get all done. Build a little pillar there. Making that doorway a bit wider so you can have a sliding door. And any bits of patching like the holes up above.
Yeah.
I'll finish today.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Good.
Looks unreal. The brickwork was a little bit on the,
yeah.
You know, it looked a little bit rough and ready, didn't it? But
We sorted it.
you boys covered in, sorted out above there. It looks very, very good. Yeah. Updated videos to come. So, arrived on site again. Another little day checking the progress of the internal alterations that I'm looking after. And let's see where we're up to. Okay, so progress. We got the opening still here, but now we have the doors in, and these make a massive difference. We'll zoom out there. They're changing the amount of light that comes in to this space. So we took all the latest flooring off to find some old tiles as well. Took the cladding off the ceiling and everything. We've got the Opal boys coming in soon to look at the electrics. So yeah, a bit of a slow day here today just because we're balancing the labour with project 849 and everything. But what we're doing is we're gonna have a meeting with the client today, talk through timescales and everything, and just let them know. But yeah, looking great.
Have you... Oh yeah, don't get...
They asked me for 6 months. Then we'll just set.
This job's got a bit bigger. The client has opted to put a nice herringbone flooring throughout the house to really continue everything along, which looks really good. This door opening will be going in. Client's cat. The kitchen is looking nearly done. The worktops are in, quartz splashback. Just looking for the second fixing now. The flooring will be finished today. New doors over the utility and cloakroom. And then the client just needs to paint.
Good morning and welcome to another day in rainy Manchester. Looking at what we've got in front of us here. Lots of people busy, a lot of labour in the yard. More about that later. But over in Liverpool, Alex is going to give you an update on our HMO project, Project Leopold, where this week we also got the instruction for another 3. So we are going to be very busy. Do you hear that, KTM? Very busy. Oh dear. Let's have a look.
So thanks Chris, yeah, and we are on Leopold projects. So quick little update, we won't go on house number 1 today because the plasters are cracking on in there for the customer. We'll just do house 2, 3 and 4. Ross and Ray, Dad and Lad are cracking on, and we've got some bricklayers over as well from Manchester, so we'll see what they're doing. So first set's in, innit?
First set's in.
Ross and Ray have now fitted our preferred journey stairs, got my preferred journey jumper on as well today. So we've now fitted our stairs, which the first ones, Richard is just on with making this next set now, which will come round into the top of my head here. But again, nice solid stairs, no creaks in any of them like that. Perfect. I do believe we make some of the best stairs, to be fair, in preferred. That's why it's a good, again, us having preferred journey and supplying the heavy trade side of things. Obviously this is a customer job, but preferred supplying the stairs. You can get other stairs and just not as strong as them. The clients who we're doing this work for as well have been pushing us to get these stairs in, and because preferred's working through quite a bit of work at the moment, its lead times are quite long, 4 to 6 weeks. So even though again we own a company, we still got other customers we need to serve. So this was in a queue to be built, and I said to them, we can go and get stairs off another supplier and they would be made quicker, but they won't be the same quality. So what do you want to do? Do you want to wait another week and we'll have them in for you? Or do you want to get the cheaper ones? Well, not even cheaper ones, the same price, but just they look cheaper. And he said wait, so you wait to put them in tomorrow then, won't you?
Yeah, tomorrow get them in, and then hopefully we'll be able to get the rest of the studs in the afternoon.
You're going to start the stud work anyway while you're waiting on?
Yeah, so we're going to get this one in here.
Yeah.
And maybe set the salt plate.
What have they said to do with the basement stairs? They're going ahead with them now?
They bought them down yesterday, they're from 73.
What he wants them to go in. So just on the back as well, and see all the new window heights have been done. So on the inside skin, we've put all the new lintels in, concrete lintels, reduced all the windows down to where they need to be. It's just the outer skin we haven't done yet because we're still waiting for the decision whether or not the customer wants us to render the existing part of the building, which means we haven't got to be as cautious in putting in the brickwork. It hasn't got to be as clean really, and we can just use a normal lintel rather than an angle iron. But if they want to keep the existing brickwork, then we need to put the brickwork in nice and neat with an angle iron. So we're just waiting to find out what they want to do there with that before we go any further. Personally, I'll just render it because you've got a bit of existing render below. Just render the full thing. Obviously keep the extension facing brick on show. And then we also need to know for the next ones, house 3 and 4, because we're building up the damper now. We need to know about that because we want to decide whether it's going to go in facing brick or block, and we can just render the whole thing. So we need to chase them and find out what's going on. All the stud work is near enough done inside. The main layout are done for the bedrooms. You can see the ensuites are all laid out. Bedroom 2, 3 and 4. Once Ross and Ray have done them stairs, as I say, they'll then frame the rest of the rooms off to finish the doorways and then close them then from the hallway, which is more or less it. The windows, as I can see now looking back, the shape is now there for them with the new reduced height to match in with the floor, and the window seats in behind me, which is nice again. So that's it really. We haven't got much more to do in this one other than fit the back windows, get the rest of the stairs finished off and the stud work. We're more or less boxed then on this second house, and then just house 3 and 4 to do. House 1, which is over the road there, we're done on there, we've handed over. There's a couple of other little bits and bobs we may end up doing for the customer, but their plasterer is now cracking on inside and doing their thing, so we're going to leave them for now and let them crack on with that while we go over to house 3 and 4. So yeah, house number 3, floors are all done. You remember, I'm standing in next door and I stood in this one. All the floors are now in now, all the stud work's up and that's been started. Ground floor's been removed, ready for Ross and Ray to put this in. So you'll see membrane's been put in all the way around. Visqueen has been put in. We've got a bit more brickwork patching to do there. Get the ventilation in for the basement, front and back. And then start getting the floor in, then put all the perimeter timber on. put the joist in, put the T&G boards down, and then that one's ready to go again. Then for stud work, we can start doing the knock through as well in a minute, because John and Rob are here, the bricklayers from Manchester, even though they're sitting in the van, ready to get up to damp for us. So you're seeing the existing basement as well where I'm standing, which is going to remain where it will be. This floor will be just probably about there on my head once it's in and installed. This is where you put your cylinder, or it's where we put our cylinder for all the showers. Hot water cylinder goes down here. We always try and get the boiler down here as well and vent it out into the front. Make this like a little plant room, so all the electrical boards, cameras, everything that you need all down here. So any guys coming down to any servicing, just come down here, you're not bothering any tenants in the main house. Looking at a few things there. That pipe needs upgrading as well to a blue pipe, because it's the old lead pipe coming in and it won't have a good enough pressure to supply all the showers in here, so that's going to need a new blue pipe put in, 25mm. But yeah, down here you'll see the existing electric coming in. Again, that needs moving as well. We'll have to get the supplier out to try and move it down for us, because the new floor height will overlap into that and we can't touch anything on there. That's just to stay. We can only touch anything after the main switch. So the lads have made a start now. You'll see the trench block is laid out. This again nice and easy for us, because it's two extensions next to each other, so we can control this whole back end. Normally you've got a neighbour's extension or a neighbouring wall that you have to speak to and try and negotiate. All the ours that we've done, and we build, they've either got an extension already up that you're building up to, or they've got a brick wall in between that's already fallen down, which needs to come down for our new extension wall to be that new wall for them. So in this circumstance it's nice and easy, because them two walls are staying the way they are, not touching them. The customer may want to do some render work like we do on ours, but if not, they'll just stay. The neighbours don't need to be worried then about their own gardens getting damaged or any mess. We can control this whole back end in ourselves, and you see the bricklayers now made a nice good go setting out, getting all the trench block laid out, ready for us to start knocking these houses through. Once these are up to damp, Christine and that will then take the back of the properties off, put the steels in both of these, take out the existing slabs, break down, do all the preparation work they need to do with hardcore sand, insulation and obviously the visqueen, and then they'll do the pour, and then everything will come back again, build up the wall to wall plate then, and then we'll get the roof on. So I don't know where they are, John and Rob, still in the van, so I want to see what they're doing. This is house number 4, and again, you remember standing there, all the floors in upstairs. This floor's got to be ripped out. This is getting left in last. Put that floor in first, where it's got the opening, obviously so the lads have got access in and out, still to build up the extension work. Once that floor's done, this will come out and then everyone will go through that house. Again, nice and easy, because you've got both side by side. The programme of works we had in for this as well, this house was 2 weeks behind that one, but what we've decided to do is bring them both online, more or less, because it works in tandem then when we're working on the extension. So just want to see what these are doing. And the bricklayers are sitting in the van, look. Skip rats again there. They always come round, don't they, them? Don't know how they make any money, but they must do. They just go round all the skips and get any bit of metal out of them. So they can see me now, look. I was thinking, where is he? So how do you call this? Now? Some break this, lad.
Oh no, what camera am I fucking hell.
Have you been? Been waiting for you for ages in the back.
I've seen you going in.
You never?
I fucking he's dressed smart for the sign.
I know, yeah. How are you getting on?
Fine, I know, got materials.
Feel nice and warm, your hands. You've been in here for a while, haven't you?
Hard work, that.
Yeah. My hands are freezing. There's a proper hand. Look at my, that's a proper dad hand. That's a lad hand, isn't it? When do you reckon you'll have it done by then? Up to damp?
Yesterday.
Right, yeah.
This doesn't look like it. No, so you've got everything you need?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We've got all the...
Why? Doesn't work?
Oh yeah, it sort of works, but it's hard work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why sort of do?
Anyway, by the by.
Why is it too slow or something?
Yeah, it's just...
It doesn't spin?
No, it spins, but we can't get it to come off the back with the amount that we're doing.
Okay. So yeah, just on the front you can see again how nice and easy it is having the two side by side. And on this one now, we've still got the roof windows to do, which are booked in to get done next week. So again, there's 5 ellixes per property to be done, so 10 in total there. And then that'll be all nice and finished. Doors and stuff to go on, again, still need to agree them, see what's going on with them, but inside, moving that nicely. Just need to get up to damp as soon as possible and do all them back end works, then we can carry on inside. And again, get the stairs made, get them here so we can get them fitted. So it's moving nice, and you can see looking through as well some of the stud work's being started in that first house there by Ross and Ray. So again, it's moving nice and loads of material, all that outside. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm gonna hand you back over to Manchester.
So it's a blessing and a curse, but the yard is now fully wired up CCTV wise now. So we've got pretty much every angle covered. We can even see inside the bay, so we can monitor the stock levels, which is great. It's not about not trusting, it's about having full visibility of the yard, because our HQ, where I'm talking to you from now, is not near the yard. It's 10 miles away, so it doesn't actually take that long to get there, but it's not like I can be there all the time, which is nice because the conditions aren't great, to be honest with you. Been thinking loads about the yard recently. As you know, it's my passion. I love it. It's definitely making progress. We've been selling so much soil and recycled hardcore that we're making ourselves, so that was the model. It started out, let's run a grab operation, but then I worked out very quickly there's not many places to take the spoil, so then I thought, okay, what do you do? And I thought the model is to process it. And then I realised it's very difficult to process stuff without lots of expensive kit. So we've whacked a load of dough into it. I could say probably close to 500,000 and counting. I stopped counting at about 500,000, to be honest with you. And it's definitely now working as a processing yard. But I'm looking at the crusher and I'm thinking, it's a great bit of kit, that crusher. We started off with that little Tiger Bite all them years ago, and then we upgraded to this. It probably just isn't keeping up with the output that I want to knock out from that yard. We've worked it out, we've done some experiments, we've timed it, we've tried to work out what it can produce per hour, and what the product we want to make, which is like the Type 1 40mm down to dust. We're not getting that much, probably 15 tonne an hour out, you know, if everything goes right, and then it'll block a bit again, so you've got to stop and clear it. So yeah, that's probably got to be something I'll look at. I had a chat with my mate Dave from D&J, and I said, look Dave, I think I'm thinking about buying a bigger crusher. And he's like, mate, just relax, take your time, take a step back, make do with what you've got for now. Don't run before you can walk. And he's right, and I'm glad that I've had a voice of reason there. But what I will say is I feel like it's only going one way, and I want to give it the best chance to actually stand on its own 2 feet. I told you last week I did a model, and I now know what we need to process per hour of hardcore and soil, and also how many grabs we need to do per day to A, break even, but obviously B, try and make some profit. But I can see on the screen here that the processing is cracking on, so let's head over to the yard now and take a look. Quite quiet in the office today. T-Burn West is manning the DJI because Hollywood is stuck on site. Jay, our kid, is smashing the grab. Said to him last week, if there was an award for Employee of the Month, he'd probably win it, but there isn't, so he won't. Over at Project Mellowstone, this is one of our loads of garage conversions we're doing at the moment, it seems like. This is the more trickier one, but we're making good progress. Let's go and see how Matt Gratty and the team are getting on over there.
So obviously doing the panelling, that and that wall, not bad.
Oh, good morning. It's Friday. I've got a bit of a Friday feeling today because we're going for a beer after work, aren't we, T-Burn West?
100%.
Yeah, what's your beer of choice? Madry for me?
Guinness.
Guinness for you, yeah, proper man's drink. So, this is a wet belt job for First Point Plumbing and Heating. I think I might have talked about this last week. We've had this van too long. The problem is, they want it done in genuine Ford parts. We thought we'd smashed it and found an online company that did it half the price of Ford. However, they've taken ages to arrive. Dale's got it as far as he can, but he can't finish it until them parts land. But he says he's got about half a day's work to finish it. But speaking of Dale, we are so busy at the moment, you'll probably notice that Tim, our ground worker, everything man, another Swiss Army knife to be fair, he's been busy with Baxton and Carbreakers doing their slabs. If you've not seen Tim in action, go over to their channel. But also, he's now had to go over to Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗃 to sort something over there. So Dale has had to jump on a job where someone has hired a man and a digger. Again, Dale, the Swiss Army knife, very, 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 very useful when it comes to all sorts. He's doing that job, but I think it's grown legs a little bit from what I've heard. So let's go and have a look at how Dale's getting on, I don't know what it's called, but that project. I'll box this. Not a clue. TB, there's no way I'm going to film out there. He's absolutely chucking it down. Let's go back upstairs. So, we've started a job this week. A few of you might remember we did a job at a school where we tried to put a bit of a SoCo in because they had this part called Forest School which was flooding. We did that for free. However, they've now asked us to come back and try and sort the problem out permanently. Apparently what we did alleviated the problem a little bit, but it's still flooding. But again, this project has grown legs. We've shot a bit this week. There's no real resolution, but I want to try and tell the story because I actually don't know what we're going to do there. So we'll probably bring you more in next week's episode. It's been a mad busy week this week, but I want to try and drop in on this one. So yeah, let's have a look at Project Bram. So pretty much everyone has gone to the pub except me and TB, but we're going there in a minute. It's been a mad busy week. I felt like I've not had enough time to film recently. It's hard because obviously I want Hollywood to go out there and try and capture the progress on the project. So then I've got to try and time it so I can catch up with him so we can film the other bits. And then stuff happens in the office and no one's filming. Maybe what we'll do is try and do more on the DJI and try and just be a little bit rawer. All I'm trying to do is just tell the story and the progress of how our company's running and how it's developing and all the other bits we've got going on. There'll be another episode of the Preferred Joinery. We haven't got a name for that. Think of some names for that. The Preferred Joinery weekly thing, whatever that is. That should be out now if you're watching on Sunday. They're really good then. What Alex is doing there, it's great because we're trying to really show raw content of the products being manufactured and also get to know the guys there. Yeah, so I hope you still enjoyed this episode. I feel like it's been a bit rushed, but we're still getting about. It's just been one of those weeks. I've had a heavy week with a lot of projects that we're trying to get over the line, trying to get instructions and stuff. Notice as well, I've got some bubble wrap here. I love a bit of bubble wrap. We're selling a lot of stuff from the yard and our stores on eBay. There's actually some bargains to be had, so I'll put a link to our eBay shop below. At the moment, we're listing things like drainage connections. We've got absolutely thousands, probably, honestly, tens of thousands of pounds worth of stock, but we're going to give it away pretty cheap. So if you're after any bits for your business, you want to keep stuff in stores, then check it out. Have an amazing week, guys. Make loads of money next week, but don't forget why you do it, which is to give our families a great life. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Let's go to the pub.